Time is quickly running out for the US to avoid a government shutdown. The US government will run out of money to fund itself by the end of Saturday unless Congress can agree a last-minute deal. If the story sounds familiar, well, that's because it is. It would be the 22nd time in the past 50 years that US government services have had to be shut down because of a budget deadlock in Congress. The last time, in early 2019, saw a month of widespread disruption to the world's largest economy. The US House of Representatives has adjourned for the day and will reconvene in Washington on Saturday morning local time. And as things stand, it looks like neither side is ready to budge on their demands. Sean Dilley has the latest.
Well, this is what you get when the House of Representatives is led by a different party to the one that controls the Senate and also occupies the White House. Deadlock's not unheard of. The government shut down 6 times since 1990. And when they happen, they can last for a short time, even days. But there's usually a very clear reason why. Last time, for example, the government shut down in 2018. It was 35 days that those services were stopped, and this was because of a very clear disagreement about Donald Trump's wish to build a wall on the southern border. 2013, similarly, very clear policy disagreements saw a 16-day shutdown when representatives fell out over the provision of Obamacare. This time, though, the reasons are far less clear. The Republican Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, says that he thinks the biggest issue is President Biden's wish to send more money to Ukraine. But he said a short-term deal probably could have been done before now in exchange for stronger border protections on the south of the country. Now, it probably is the case that Kevin McCarthy could drive through a short-term funding deal to keep the government running, but that would mean working closely with Democratic representatives to push through a funding deal already agreed by both the Republicans and the Democrats in the upper chamber, the Senate. But around 9 hardline Republicans have made it very clear that if he works with their opponents to pass the deal, he'd be forced from office. So then, what are we left with? Congress has until midnight tonight to see if they can reach a deal. It's possible, I guess, but right now it feels pretty unlikely that they're going to do that. And if they don't, days and weeks of uncertainty would surely follow. Many thousands of federal employees would be placed on unpaid leave, and the US could see some very serious damage to its economy.
Sean Dilley in Washington there.
Call halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Father Yahweh, you're doing great things out here to this horrible place of America, Babylon. As you see from that news footage of, another government shutdown for America. Okay. This is all through the will and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. It's all his doing. Before I go any further, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Again, the footage is showing you, and more has come out since then. The government, shutting down. This has happened many times before, but in the times we're living in now, we're seeing more impact. More things are happening to this wicked place. We're getting closer and closer. We're getting closer and closer. These signs are showing themselves to show us that we don't have much longer here in this hellhole. Esau's power is waning very, very fast. They can't keep it up anymore. They can't do it. It's their power structure is failing. And this is just more evidence of that. they're having issues with, so they send more money to Ukraine. I mean, you're helping fund that that proxy war going on over there. America and these other EU nations. But over here in America, Babylon, people are suffering. People are just, it's very bleak out here. I've talked to many people at my job and other places when I see people. They all have said, you know, they need they need another job, a part-time, a full-time. It's bad out here, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Let me pull the scripture right quick. I'll start at verse 8. The second Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we're seeing Esau Edom's power structure vastly failing. Esau Edom are the so-called Caucasian people that they call themselves today. If you don't know, if you're new, they are losing it. They are losing it. The economy of America is shit, and it's getting worse. As you heard in the video, you know, if they can't come to terms, the government shuts down, all the federal employees will get unpaid leave, meaning you're not getting paid for the time they're going to have you out. So anybody that's working in the government or has some government job, you're not going to get paid. Post workers, people working at the VA hospital and working on base, just working these different government jobs, you're not going to get paid. Like, this is showing you what's going on. Like, America is failing. You know, Biden he said in the in the news that, you know, so-called black people are going to suffer because of what's coming, because of the government shutdown. You know, different services that so-called black people, which are Israelites, 12 tribes, nation of Israel, predominantly, you know, Judah, that's in America, they're gonna suffer because of not having those different government funded programs, like getting your EBT, getting your SNAP, getting Section 8. You know, getting all these different things that the government helps you to get. You're not going to be able to get it if the government shuts down. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Jake relied on this government far too long, and look what happened. Look what happened. We rely on the devil, this is what you get. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, the Lord the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. So Yahweh Shem Shai is taking away the things that these 2/3 have been relying on here in Babylon. The bread, the water, the government assistance, because a lot of Jakes, a lot of Eves rely on the government for what they need, especially Eve. Eve needs those goodie bags that Esau has given her for all these decades. And as you see, you rely on Esau, this is what you get. You trust in your oppressor. You didn't choose on your God and power, Yahweh Shema Shai. You trust in your oppressor. So this is what you get. Trust in the devil. Hey, the devil's gonna give you what you deserve. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. So because you despise the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and trust in your oppression by your oppressor, Esau, Edom, these other nations. Because Jake will fight tooth and nail for these Edomites. All of them aren't bad, but all this and a third. But you trust in your oppressor. So what? And you get down with the perverseness that these devils push out throughout society. Jake and Eve are the main ones getting down with the nastiness these people do. Okay. Verse 13. Therefore this iniquity shall be you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And that's what's happening now. That high wall is, the water is swelling up on it, and it's cracking, and now is breaking. That's what's happening with this government shutdown. That's what's happening for Jake and Eve that trust in their oppressor. All that stuff you was getting from was about to be gone. And you about to see how low you can go. You about to see. All these Jakes and Eves been worrying about, all that, oh, my 401k, I got a pension, I have a 20-year, 25-year plan. I've been working at this job, there's a Jake at the job I work at, he's been out there 45 years, trusting in his oppressor, nothing wrong with him working out there. I'm not saying that. It's just that from the conversations we had, he trusts in his oppressor. Like I said, those Jakes and Eves that put all that time and effort into doing their 9-to-5s they've been doing for these decades, it ain't gonna amount to anything soon enough. Wait and see. What they say, seeing is believing. Well, you about to see real soon. So, hey, man, this is great news. This is great news for us. This place is crumbling more and more. So, hey, be happy. Be happy. We're seeing the fall of Esau. We're seeing that fall. Oh, you know what? Let me get the scripture. Let me see. Had me thinking. Let me see. Yep, there you go right here. This is Ecclesiastes or Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath the joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. I pray that Yahweh Shai keeps us alive, myself especially, I want to see the fall of my enemy. I want to continue to keep seeing America, Babylon crumbling. All these other nations that Esau, Edom set their homes in, Britain, France, Spain, Germany, Belgium, all those European nations, Russia, and not just Esau, Edom, but the other nations too. I pray Yahweh Shema Shai keeps me alive to see these things, because these are some great things. These are some great things to see. The fall of our enemy. That is wonderful. Yeah, we're in that time. We're in that time to see these things. America, Babylon is failing. Can you see it? I pray you do. It's happening as we speak. So, hey, just keep watching. Time is at hand for Yahweh Shema Shai to bring this place down. And I pray it happens sooner than later. That's all I had. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to Apostle Elder Great Millstone. Shalom to the whole foot to the left. Keep praying, keep fasting. We're getting closer and closer to being out of here. Just keep praying. Shalom.